Hello, so I'm here in Eastern Ontario, and I'm going to go for a little bike ride. So we're going to launch off from the garage here, and I'm going to speed this up until we get up to the trailhead. This is an Eastern Ontario trail. You actually have to buy a pass to go on these trails, apparently. Mostly they're used for ATVs, so we'll see how it goes, but we're gonna head out and give her. And again, it's like a brand new motorcycle. Even though it's a 2020, I purchased this many months ago. I couldn't pick it up, due to all the stuff that was going on. So it took me 4 months before I could actually get it from the dealership. So I have a few hundred kilometers on it now, and we're gonna head on out. I've done some road driving just to sort of break it in. Still in the break-in mode. If you want information about that, I'll do a video about it, how to break in your bike properly. But yeah, we're heading to the trailhead in southeastern Ontario. One of them anyway, and we'll see how it goes. So enjoy the little, it sounds like I'm driving a two-cycle motorcycle right now, so anyway, here we go. Okay, I think I'm almost there. Oh, yeah, I missed it. Here we go. We're into the trail here now, so. And I'm going to have a little chat with you. The sound will be on my
okay,
GoPro.
Folks, at a southern point of a trail, of a start of a trail that basically heads more into northern Ontario. I'm going to go up here a little ways for a little while. This one you need a certain pass to be on it, in theory. So you're legal. Otherwise, you might get a ticket. So yeah, I'm gonna get going right away. One thing I noticed, I wasn't even aware there's this tree here, and I don't know. I'm not sure what this tree is. It's probably very common here. I'm not originally from Ontario, so I'm not sure. It almost looks like a lemon or something, but I don't think we have lemon trees here. But who knows? Maybe someone can tell me. Here, I'm gonna take one off. Anyways, that's what it looks like. So, actually, if I remember on my way back, I'll take one of these. I'll just set this down here, and I'll take this home. Maybe it needs to be riper, and see if I can get some seeds out of it. All right, so might as well get started here. Have to get my earplugs in. Okay, so I'm not super familiar with this trail. Went down on an ATV once a while back, but it branches off. So anyways, I'm gonna have to take it easy. I'm not sure how busy it is today. It doesn't look like it should be busy. And go from there. All right.
So the first thing I noticed, excuse me, on this trail, there's a lot of dips, probably because of the high traffic from the ATVs. There's a lot of dips, some low spots with some water, or just low spots that are damp. And the problem is that when you're on a motorcycle, you want to kind of avoid those low dips, especially on like an XT250. Now, if you're on a full dirt bike, maybe you can just power over that stuff. But the problem that I found is that with the shadows, from the trees, with the sun and stuff, it became very hard to determine whether there was a low spot there or it was just a shadow. I know the video really doesn't really show that so well, but that's what was going on. So it was kind of like difficult to, I guess, navigate the terrain. But other than that, I know it looks really smooth on the video. It doesn't look like it's too rough, but even though the trail was not that bad, it's still kind of rough. I mean, you can't really get up to a really good speed. If you were on a full dirt bike, yeah, you could give her. But I was in for the long haul. I was doing it's probably about 40 kilometers that I did on here. But yeah, if you were on a dirt bike, proper dirt bike with a suspension that's really good, you could probably get your, your 5 kilometers of adrenaline out immediately on this trail. It would probably be really fun. But the XT250, it is a good trail bike, but not really made to go at high speed over some pretty rough stuff. I know it doesn't look like it is, but there were a lot of issues here. But nonetheless, it was enjoyable, as long as you take it easy, which I did. And it was maybe 20-30 miles an hour. Seemed all right. But here we go. I'll speed this up here. Yeah, again, I'm gonna sound like I'm on a 2-cycle. So coming up, there's a few interesting things to look at. It's just more of a feel if you're interested in going on one of these trails. I mean, this is what it's all about. ATVs, I did drive an ATV on this trail before, many months ago. A friend lent me one, and I mean, it was pretty enjoyable on the ATV. It's a little bit tougher on a bike, though, I'm gonna tell you. So Ontario is interesting because you transition, you can have open fields sometimes, and then you can go into really dense forest stuff too, where it almost gets dark. There might be a few spots coming up, not right in here, but you'll see in a bit here. So it was interesting. You have to pay attention to the stop signs. There's a lot of sort of, secondary roads to go over. Once you get further north, that becomes less and less, of course, but I'm still kind of in the south, so you have to pay attention. You don't want to blow those stop signs, or else, you might get smacked, but here we go. One thing to pay attention to, I think it's coming up soon here. On the right side, it it's not uncommon that there's like washouts in the road. And if you're on the wrong side of the road, you're going to be in trouble because there's going to be a big dip. An ATV might be able to handle some of them, but on a bike, you know, if you're going at any rate of speed, you're going to be in trouble. I think one's coming up here. Hopefully we can see it. Just hang on. It'll be once the fast motion stuff is over. I believe it's coming up. I could be wrong. You see some cement blocks on the right side, and there's a great big dip. You can't really see it on the video, but I'm just saying, be careful when you're driving. This would be kind of like dangerous to do at nighttime. I don't know if it's allowed to, if you're allowed to drive at night on them. It's just coming up on the right side here, yeah. There's that cement block there. Probably missed seeing that, but yeah, the video doesn't really do things justice. As you know, anyone who does videos, I mean, you can look at a mountain and it looks like a little hill. So I'm just saying, be careful when you're driving if you're on one of these trails, because there's many unexpected things. Oh, this is great. Going over a bridge here. This is the Mora River. It's an old rail track, or rail bridge. So we're cruising along here. And another intersection. The further you go north, the less of these secondary highways or highways you're going to encounter. But I would say, like, really, it's a great ATV trail. And not so much for just a normal enduro bike. A dirt bike, if you want to do a few sections, and, you know, if you're into that, yeah, you could just give her, and it'd probably be a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit up there in the years, but I think I would like to get something that has a really good suspension on it and just give her on here. Can't do it on the XT250. It's a good trail bike, but you know, it has limitations with the suspension and whatnot. But generally, it's a pretty good bike. But yeah, if you really want to haul, I would suggest, you know, you're gonna need yourself, you know, maybe one of those YZs, you know, the YZ 250, or at least maybe something a bit bigger. Something that's really made for some hardcore stuff. I mean, the XT was okay on the road, but yeah, I could feel it has limitations. But it's awesome. The XT is awesome on, like, just normal dirt roads and stuff like that. And actual strictly motorcycle trails. Good bike on there too, because they're not all you know, messed up. Sorry to say it for you guys with the ATVs, but the ATVs do mess up the roads, no doubt. Whereas on a normal motorcycle trail, you don't get big divots and stuff like that. If they're worn in, they're worn in, and they're pretty smooth. But so this was a little bit different thing, and plus they run a grader across here, which is fine. It smooths it out, but you also get those little from the tires from the grader. It's like washboard, so you get washboard in there too, and you might not feel that so much on an ATV, but you sure do feel it on a motorcycle. I mean, you probably can't see any of that in the video, but you can feel it, and it's kind of like, it's uncomfortable. But again, if you keep the speed down, slow it down if you just want to go for a leisurely drive. Yeah, I think it'd be fine. I mean, I enjoyed my drive. I kind of took it easy. Some places I went a little bit faster than what I should have, but at the same time, it wasn't too bad. It took me a couple hours though to go that. Well, probably took an hour and a half to go about maybe 40 kilometers, which kind of makes sense because I was probably averaging only about 30, whereas on an ATV, if I recall, it probably averaged about 60, so maybe a little bit less. The bike, sometimes it did get it up to speed, so I don't know, it's in there. But all in all, it was a good drive. And I wish my GoPro didn't run out because I had a great drive coming back home. I did some secondary roads, a little bit of pavement, a little bit of dirt road stuff. And it's just, I find it more enjoyable. It was, smoother and stuff. The trail stuff is great if you just want to get out into the wilderness and kind of enjoy things. I probably should have slowed it down. But I was kind of like testing myself a little bit at some times. Admittedly, I went very slow in some areas, but other areas, yeah, I picked up a lot of speed. But yeah, coming up here now, I think this is the place coming up here. Another reason to be careful. This might not be a spot, but oh, it must be coming up here. I'm not going to spoil the surprise here. Interesting thing happening though. I mean, if say you're really, really giving her. Well, right now it sounds like a 2-cycle again. But say you're really like actually going fast. There's a spot coming up here that, yeah, it might take you out, but I think it's coming up. Let's just hang out here. Yes, here it is. I think it's coming up here. Oh, I could be wrong. Oh well, keep watching. The other nice thing about driving the bike, I've been able to take my younger daughter for some rides, and she really likes it. I mean, I don't go into high traffic situations, sort of do this trail stuff and out down, secondary roads and stuff. And it's pretty safe. I mean, if you have someone who's hesitant about motorcycles and that, like I try to avoid all the high traffic and the crazy people, because really it is a dangerous adventure out on the road. You really have to pay attention. Always look to your left, right, forward, look to the back. Always anticipate that someone's going to take you out. when a car pulls up to an intersection, you have to assume that, you know, they're just not going to pay attention, unfortunately. And I mean, I guess people aren't used to seeing smaller vehicles that can actually travel just as fast as they go. So I don't know. It's maybe it's some sort of a internal mentality or something that humans just aren't made to see smaller things coming at them. They don't look at them as a threat. Maybe they don't recognize it. I mean, let's face it. If you're driving along, you see a big semi come and you go, "Holy!" Don't want to get hit by that. So it registers right away in your brain. But I wonder if if you're in a car or something and it just doesn't register or something. Like, I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a thought process. I mean, even if you see the bike, you might not understand that it's going at a certain speed or approaching you, and the motorist just drives out. I don't know. It's really weird. It's possible, but who knows? What do I know? Just yapping. But yeah, there's a lot of nice spots, and next time I go, I'm gonna take some time, and I think I'll stop more often. There's some really nice shaded areas, because when I was out driving today, it was getting pretty hot, but you can just feel that nice cool air once you get into the shade from the trees and stuff. And there are some areas where it's almost dark, like it's so shady it's dark. And next time I'll take some... Oh, here we go. There's a tree right in the middle of the road. I mean, what if you're going along at like, you know, some people going like at 100k or something. I don't know if you want to hit that tree there, but that was pretty crazy. Oh, and I just recently, I did a video. I have my GPS up there. It's not on right now. And the reason it's not on is because I'm conserving power. The trail is pretty straightforward. It goes where I know it's going to go. But I wasn't sure that I wanted to come back on that trail. And I did not come back on the trail. Just because it took a lot of time to go down that trail. It was pretty rough, although it might not look like it. But yeah, I got to a certain point. The video ends up ending before I come back, but I came back on a few nice grid roads and a few paved roads, and so it was really nice. I mean, it took me a couple hours to go down this road altogether, and then coming back it took me like half the time. Which is the beauty of having a licensed dual-purpose bike. You can get places, have some fun, and then, you know, you might decide, you know what, I've kind of had enough of that, and I'm gonna head home. And that's the best part of having one of these bikes. So I'm just gonna sit back. I'm gonna shut up for a bit here and just enjoy the scenery. Okay, we're getting near the end of this video, so I appreciate you watching. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of videos about the XT250. I'm just riding around in Ontario, and maybe do some more in-depth stuff of you know, historical stuff as it comes across. This was just sort of like a nice little introductory ride, and hopefully the content will get a little bit better. I need to get a mic into my helmet so I can talk as I'm driving and go from there. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up and like and subscribe. I've done some modifications on the bike. We have heated grips on it. I put hand guards on it and a few other things. I'll put some links in the description below. I put a nice pan on the bottom, skid plate or whatever you want to call it. Got that cheap from the Amazons. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed the video. Take care everyone. Have a great day.